All right. So we're talking about a multi-trillion-dollar industry. And my question to you is, how many trillion-dollar industries do we know about? I personally do not think that I've ever been involved in a trillion-dollar industry until now. Okay. We can market into over 40 countries. We can market these services into over 40 countries. Once again, we're starting local. It'll take a couple of months. I don't want to speak out of turn, but maybe 2 or 3 or 4 months. Then we're going to start going into other markets. But we've already got distributors from all over the world that are joining this business. That can't, as a matter of fact, until the 30th, we can't even join. We've got a flock of people that are ready to get started. You could create a true residual income, and you could add additional streams of income with the other services. Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys are excited about what you're looking at here today, I'm not going to get into them. There's additional services, plural, that are coming on that are almost as powerful as what we talked about here today, and other non-Me Too services and products in the industry of network marketing, which simply means that it opens up your potential, your income potential significantly, right? So welcome to the new paradigm. So now let's talk about the compensation plan. How can we get paid for those of us that decide to go out there and build a network with Ithrive Network and Dnero, okay? So here we're going to get into the compensation plan. To get started with the business, ladies and gentlemen, there's 3 packages that you can get started with. Package number 1 is the first package is $199, okay, and $19.99 a month. Now, what this does, ladies and gentlemen, is that it actually unlocks 1 business center. Everybody starts with 7 business centers. The $199 pack unlocks 1 of those 7 business centers, okay, and it has a $1,000 weekly cap in income, okay. So you're going to build the left team and you're going to build the right team. And as you're building them, you have your other 7 business centers, but those business centers are not accumulating the sales volume of the sales that are happening underneath you. Now, when you get started with the middle package, which is $599 and $29 monthly, okay, now your income cap goes from $1,000 to $15,000, and you unlock 3 business centers and 3 additional e-commerce stores to sell the rest of the services. Because once again, there's other services that the company is offering that are going to be revealed to us in April, okay? So you have the 3 additional e-commerce stores in addition to the 3 business centers, okay? But now what happens is as you have sales going on through your organization, your second and your third position are what we call banking volume. So you can actually bank volume on those, and you could open additional teams. So instead of just building a team on the left and a team on the right, 2 teams, now you could open up 4 teams, and you can make triple the income with just double the work. I'm going to repeat that. You can make triple the income with double the work. I don't know about you guys. Most people, if they want to triple their income, they got to do triple the work. In this example, with 2 teams, you can make $15,000 a month. 2 teams. With 4 teams, it's double than 2 teams. Can we agree? You can now make an additional 15 and 15, which is an additional $30,000 per week, for a total of $45,000 per week between all 3 positions, right? That is a $599. And then finally, this is what I like to call the big boy or the big girl pack, right? This is the big business center. This has 6 additional e-commerce websites to offer all the services and products that Ithrive offers, right? In addition to that, it opens up your 7 business centers day one. This one is $14.99 and $49 a month, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the top position has a cap of $50,000 per week. Okay, $50,000, which is equivalent to $2.4 million per month if you just build 2 teams. Now, what if you go out there and you build the 8 additional teams? Well, that's a significant amount of money. I'm not even going to guess what that is. That's over $4 million potential if you build all 7 spots and your banking volume moving up in the compensation plan. If you want more information on how the banking volume works, talk to the person that invited you. We've actually got some videos where we explain this in detail, but we're not going to do that. That's for training purposes, okay? So with that said, let's go ahead into the compensation plan details. So the binary compensation plan, the way the binary compensation plan works is that you're building a left team and you're building a right team, and the binary comp plan is going to pay you 10% of whatever one of those teams has less volume. So let's say, for example, you've got 12,000 in sales on your left team, $16,000 in sales on your right team, you get paid 10% of the lesser volume leg, which would be a $1,200 check. Now, what's beautiful about that bonus is that it actually pays you to unlimited depth. So you've got your right team, you got your left team. Doesn't matter how deep the $12,000 in sales came in. You are getting paid 10% no matter how many levels deep that comes in, okay? Now, the direct sales bonus is very simple. Anytime you go out there and you introduce somebody to the business, you make a 10% commission on the pack that they purchase. If on the $200 pack and the $600 pack. When they introduce somebody, they make a 10% commission, very simple. Now, there is a special promotion going on right now where when you sign somebody up on the bigger pack, this $1,500 pack, you actually earn a 33% commission, which is a $500 bonus when you get them started. What's beautiful about that is that if I purchase a $1,500 position and I enroll these 3 people into the business, I now make all of my money back plus some profit because I make $500 on each plus the binary payments. So I actually turn a profit by enrolling 3 people on the same $1,500 pack that I just purchased. So very easy to get into profit mode, okay? Now, the compensation plan matching bonus. This is probably my favorite part because for those of you guys that understand network marketing, been around network marketing, which I know a lot of people have in this group, right? For those people, here's what's interesting about the compensation plan, about the binary compensation plan. The binary compensation plan before used to be criticized because they said, well, you have to build 2 teams and you only make money if you have volume on your lesser volume team. Well, that is not the case with this compensation plan because let's say you got one team that really takes off and your other team takes off, but not nearly as good as the other team. Well, with this matching bonus, we're going to have people making a 6-figure yearly income and even a 6-figure monthly income. And here's why. Because as we're out there building the team, we actually make a 10% check match bonus, binary check match bonus on the people that we introduce. So let's say this gentleman here introduces 3 people. These 3 people get to $10,000 per month each. Well, he introduced them. So he makes 10% of that 10,000. So he'd make 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. But more importantly, on the people that they introduce, he also makes a 10% check match bonus. And on the people they introduce and they introduce and they introduce, 7 levels deep. So on the first 5 levels, as you can see, on the first 5 generations, as you can see, it pays 10% in each generation, which is 50%. And on level 6 and level 7, it pays 5% on each one of those levels. Now, here's a kicker. Let's say your first 3 people that you introduced did not make any money in the binary this week, but the people on the second level, which is 7 people, did. That now becomes your first level. That's why it is generational. So the system, you didn't lose any levels. You still captured 10% of these people's income, and that is considered your first level. So your third, what would normally be your third level, is now your second level. So let's say you went 5 levels deep, and in the first 5 levels, nobody made any binary check match bonus. Well, your 6th generation would be your first generation, your first level. For those people that understand network marketing and been around this industry, they understand that this is a big, big deal, right? So over here, we get to an example of what it means. What is the potential? What is a hypothetical example of a check match bonus, right? So through 7 levels deep, here's how many. You start with 3, 9, 27. On level 7, on generation, this is level 7. We're not even talking about generation. So generation can be significantly more. On the 7th level, you've got 2,187 people for a total of 3,237 people that you are making either a 10% check match bonus or a 5% check match bonus, which would mean that the average is about 8 or 9% check match bonus on their checks. The potential, ladies and gentlemen, is tremendous. And this is with a simple hypothetical example of you introducing 3 that introduced 3, and that went down 7 levels deep. This here is exciting stuff, okay? Now, the other part of the bonus, these are what I call the big 3, right? The leadership bonuses. As you're building the network, whether it's your left team or your right team, as long as it's your group enrollment volume, meaning the team that you sponsor down, your sponsorship tree, you can make, as you rank advance, between 1 and 3% on your entire volume. Doesn't matter where it's your left team or your right team, none of that matters. As long as it's your group enrollment volume, you make between 1 and 3% on top of the binary, on top of the check match, on top of the fast start bonuses on your entire volume. Okay, once again, because of this bonus and the check match bonus, you can have one leg that is significantly bigger than the other one, and you still get paid very, very handsomely, something that traditional binaries cannot say. Okay. Now, leadership ranks work like this. As you go out in leadership, okay, the first rank as a consultant, you get a one-time $50 bonus in addition to any commissions you may have earned. Once you get to senior consultant, which is 3,000 points in sales, that's a $200 bonus. And then you continue to go up to 1%, 1.5%, 2%, all the way up, ladies and gentlemen, to senior vice president of 3%. That is when your team is doing $750,000 in sales on a monthly basis. You now earn an additional 3% bonus on top of everything else. So imagine this, $750,000. You hit senior vice president. Your 3% bonus by itself would be $22,500. Not to mention whatever you're making in the binary, which is significantly greater than that, and whatever you're making in the check match bonuses. I can honestly say, you know, in my career, dollar for dollar, comparing apples to apples, I have not seen a better compensation plan than this. It's, you know, and there's other comp plans that may sound great, but they have a lot of locks in the comp plan, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited when I saw this, that the locks in this comp plan really are non-existent. There's some very, very basic things, because once again, the company's philosophy is very simple. If you deliver the right product and pay people the right amount of money, and pay people more money than what anybody else is paying, you're going to have a very successful business. And you know what? I have to say, I agree with that philosophy. So, ladies and gentlemen, every time we do one of these presentations, there's always 3 types of people. Person number 1 says, you know what? I don't think the world is moving to mobile payment solutions. I don't see it. It's not for me. To those people, we say, we appreciate your time. Thank you for connecting. If you know of anybody that may be interested in this business, please go and refer them to the person that invited you. We thank you for your time. Person 2 is somebody says, you know what? I want to be a customer. This thing makes sense. Let me go and download the app. It's a free app. I'm going to go out there and refer this app to other people and earn a cash back every time they shop, and every time the people they refer shop. It's a no-brainer. I want to be a customer, and I've got some questions regarding the business. And the last person, person number 3, is somebody that says, you know what? Let's make this happen, right? I want to get started. Where do I sign? You know, I want to get started. What you have to do at that point, you have to talk to the person that invited you, and they will show you how you can get started. And ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about timing, this company is in its pre-launch. People are not even going to be going in the system until Saturday, the 30th. I personally have never been a part of a company at a better time than this, and I would guess that 99% of people that are watching this information have never been a part of that opportunity. So I want to welcome you to the Ithrive Network. I want to welcome you to the Dnero family. We appreciate you guys getting on. And with that said, thank you very much. Have a good day, and we will see you guys at the top or from the top. Take care.